Hey there, Sabine here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Back with day 31. And so I am going to continue in the thought process that I started yesterday with day number 30 or video number 30 and kind of just reflecting on the days, I guess the key insights from days 15 to 30. The second part of the challenge, what started to come forward for me was really around what it means to be in alignment. And that means being in alignment fully, mind, body, spirit. And so for me, as I think about being in alignment in mind, body, spirit, it's like there are three separate gears and all three gears are turning at the same time. That's what alignment means for me. That's how I envision it and that's how I see it. And what I realized through this process, because I told you I'm living this out in real life, is that as the three gears started turning, we'll call it gunk, for a lack of better term, some of the gunk that had been there that slowed down one, two, maybe all three gears, it started to dissolve. And relationships, situations, engagements that were not supportive, if you will, of the effortless flow of those three gears, mind, body, and spirit, they started to come to the surface. And I had to process in real time these things. And while I may have shown up every day with like this word of wisdom, if you will, just know that behind the scenes there was a lot of grieving. I experienced the emotions and the feelings of grief more in these last 30 days than I have in a very long time. And so this is how I know I was meant to do this challenge. This is how I know that this challenge has a greater purpose for me than just being on camera every day or just being able to share insights from, lessons learned and conversations that I've had. I have had to process a lot, and I'm not saying that as in like a woe is me by any means. I recognize that what I've been grieving are the parts of me that can't go with me as I grow into this next level. They are just simply parts of me that have been around for a long time. And so I grew comfortable with them. I grew familiar with them, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they were serving me. And because those parts of me were here and present, they kept attracting people and situations that just reinforced their validity, if you will. And so there's been a lot of grieving happening behind the scenes, but I'm grateful for it because in grieving, I have created space for more. I have created space for more aligned relationships, more aligned clients, more aligned opportunities, more aligned experiences in life in general. And so that is one of my takeaways on the second half, or what I noticed was a theme that started becoming even more apparent turns towards the second half. And then the other theme that came forward for me was really around connection. And so while much of my growth or those moments of growth happened in isolation, a lot of those moments of insight and grieving happened when I was just at home by myself. But as I've started to come out of this space or move through that particular phase of the journey, what I'm realizing and what I'm starting to feel and become more aware of is or are the connections that I have attracted to me in that process. So while I was grieving, shedding, and letting go of things and people, situations, and circumstances that were familiar, that were comfortable, that were known, at the same time, I have been drawing and attracting new individuals into my life, and even in situations where it wasn't necessarily new people, maybe people who have been around for a while, I started to see them differently. My capacity to receive them has expanded. And so that has also allowed for deeper connection. It's allowed for a deeper sense of community and knowing that I'm not alone in this growth. And not only am I not alone in this growth, but because of who they are and the light that they shine, I get to see me in such a different light. And so those are my two takeaways from the second half of the journey so far. I have come into alignment, and alignment was not an easy, smooth, fun process, but nonetheless, it's what needed to happen. And two, as a result of me coming into alignment, I am now attracting other individuals who are in alignment with this version of me. And so, my invitation for you today, especially if you are in a growth phase, if you're moving towards that next level, understand that part of your alignment requires you to let go, to shed, to surrender, to be a different person, to be seen a different way, and then to allow those individuals who reflect back to you the new version of you, allow them in, create that space so that they can start to take up space in your life. And so that's what I have for you today. There is a reflection question in the captions. I invite you to take a look at it and feel free to share in the comments below. Or again, at the very least, you're always invited to grab it so that you can journal when it makes sense for you. That's all I have for you. Have a great rest of the day, and I will be back tomorrow with day 32. Have a great rest of the day. Talk soon. Take care.